Hello everybody, welcome back. This is Bruce. I don't know how long it's been since I made my last video here. But yeah, I got something to say. And it's about Salai Htang Khee Shing and Chok Dee's fight the other night, Friday night, at Friday Fights 150. So in the second round, there was a clear foul committed by Chok Dee. Salai was already down on his knee from a shot from an overright hand from Chok Dee, and Salai was already down on his knee. From his knee all the way down to his foot was already on the floor, flat on the floor, and he got kneed in the face while he was down. So the rule we have is that in any striking sport, right? This is the same rule. This is the same knockdown rule. If any part of the body except for the foot that we stand on, right, touches the floor as a result of a legal strike, it's a knockdown. That's that simple, right? So Salai Htang Khee Shing was hit on the kind of on the back of the head, but no, not really. It was a legal shot, right behind the temple or the ear. That's legal, a legal shot. And he was down on his knee and he got kneed. He was sent flying actually. That was a brutal knee shot. So the referee, I don't know what the name is, what her name is, she didn't do nothing. She didn't do anything. So what should have happened is, I would say, ideally that's a knockdown. So Salai should be given an 8 count, right? The 8 count, and Chok Dee should be deducted a point, or shown a yellow card, or at least a warning. At least a warning. So that's something that should have happened to me, in my opinion. And Salai should have been given the recovery time as well. That's what should have happened to me. Of course, it's a bit complicated, right? It's a bit confusing or complicated scenario because it happened so quickly. It happened so quick, maybe in a matter of 2 seconds. So what do you choose, a foul or a knockdown? He was down. It was a knockdown. It was a textbook knockdown, not really like shutdown, knockdown, but it was a textbook knockdown. You have to count it. You have to give the count, the 8 count. So what I would say is the foul was maybe twice, 3 times, 4 times clearer than the knockdown, right? So do you give the knockdown or the foul? It was a clear foul. But nothing was given, nothing was done about the foul. And Salai suffered twice, right? He wasn't given the recovery time, and he was damaged. He got damaged from the illegal shot. He had to finish the round with a dizzy head. It's not fair at all. So number one, it's the fighter's fault. Of course, 100% the fighter's fault. The fighter must know that it's illegal to strike when your opponent is down, right? Your opponent is down on his knee, on his hands from your shot. He must know it. There's no way Chok Dee didn't know that rule, right? He's been fighting for how long? And number two is the referee's fault. Of course, she knew. She knew it was a foul. She must have known it. There's no way she couldn't possibly know that was illegal, that was a foul, right? Because she was watching intensely, right? Maybe inches away, and there's no way she could have missed it as well. So it's the referee's fault. So what happens if you make a mistake, right? If you don't do your job, you get reprimanded by who? By the boss that you work for, the organization in this case, right? So if this is unaddressed, if this is left unaddressed, the organization is at fault too. The organization plays a part too. And that's my opinion, and that's a fact, right? So shout out to Sarah Goye, I believe, Sarah Goye and Mitch Chilson, the commentators, for pointing it out. They both pointed it out that, that was actually, Sarah was like, that's actually illegal. You can't do that in ONEChampionship Muay Thai. You can't do that.
Shane, when it lands, so powerful, but here we see the knockdown there from Chok Dee. It actually was illegal because Khee Shing knee. He was already on the ground, so that counter knee from Chok Dee, he should not have thrown it. He should have pulled that. So that was definitely not allowed, and we're not counting that one there for Chok Dee. So he's got to make a big comeback, and Khee Shing's still ahead.
Final round underway. Chok Dee down, 1 knockdown. Khee Shing now.
So that's illegal, and it's not gonna be counted. But I know both Mitch and Sarah kind of insinuated that it was not gonna be counted. But actually, it's gonna be counted because the in-ring referee's decision is final. In any combat sports, in any sports, basically, the referee's decision is final, right? So if the ref did the count, even if it was not a knockdown, right or wrong, it must be counted and it must go to the scoring of the judges. So I understand that. So I have no problem with Chokdi winning. Not at all. That's not a problem for me. But the problem I am pointing out is the foul. It was a glaring foul. No person could have missed it, right? Even if you missed it in action, during the action, you must know. You saw it in the replay. In the replay, it was clearly a an illegal strike, and nothing is done. Nothing is said. Nothing is done about it. So I don't know if I'm the only one talking about it. So, but again, right? No problem with the scoring. No problem with the result at all. It's a fair result, but the foul. Something should be done. Something should have been done, and I don't think it's too late to do something about it by the organization, right? Number one, we need to do something. Just do something for the sake of the fighter, for the safety of the fighter. Fighters need to feel safe and fair in the platform, right? For the safety, number one, for the safety of the fighter. Number two, for the fairness of the game. Third, for the integrity of the platform or the integrity of the organization. One championship. Something should be done. If there is a mistake, we fix it. I know the competition committee has already been disbanded in 2022, right? So we don't really have a direct channel to go through, but something should be done. Something must be done about this.